Hello, thank you for coming in today. My name is Genesis Ponce. I'm a social work intern. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what brings you in.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Solis. I am here today because as of recent, or not really as of recent, I guess it's been a while now, I have been struggling with a gambling addiction.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. When do you think this started?
I'm currently 26 years old. I think that maybe the origin was as soon as I turned 18, I started gambling myself, but I think even prior to that,
Mm-hmm.
my dad was very into gambling and would allow me to scratch tickets when I was 6, 7, 8 years old. So obviously he would purchase them, and it was just him trying to bond with me and to share something with me that we could maybe have in common. We did struggle to find things in common, and that was one thing that we both could have fun with. Even if things were bad, we could gamble together. He could say, "Hey, do you want to scratch this ticket for me and give it good luck?" So it was always very rewarding when I did win, when I was able to win him some money, and he started telling me that I was very lucky. And I think I couldn't wait until I could turn 18 so that maybe I could start gambling, and that could be something that I could share with him. And it really kind of took off from there. I started purchasing scratch off tickets. I started winning, and sometimes I would win pretty big, and I think that allowed me to feel the validation that I was lucky. And I used to love to send my dad photos of my winning tickets, and he would say, "Oh, I knew you were always lucky." So then from there, it kind of grew. It became a wildfire, right? I found other ways to win even more money. I
What are those other ways of winning more money that you're talking about?
When I guess at first it was just scratch off tickets, and I think the most I ever won was 500, but it felt like it's a little bit more tedious to win for sure. I wanted kind of like that instant gratification, so I went on to play legal bingo, and there's a possibility of winning a lot of money in that. So I would go, and sometimes the first few times I won, I didn't really understand how to play. I didn't really win. It wasn't until my third time I went with my partner, and we didn't spend that much money. I think we each got one computer. You play by computers, and we both won. And we both won $750. It just felt like an incredibly fast way to win $1,500. We left that day very excited, and that definitely ignited the fuel in me to want to win more money. I don't think you want to stop. And the next day I went by myself, and I won over $1,000 again, and it just feels like such an easy way to get money. You don't really even think anything of it when you spend it. I think that when you spend on yourself, you kind of are like, oh, fuck, I don't want to pay $30 for this t-shirt. Nothing feels as worth it. But when you're gambling, you'll easily in 10 minutes drop $300 for the possibility of making more money than that.
So you do talk about how you feel, you said that distinction of illegal bingo. Do you feel like because it's legal that it's okay to do? What do you think about that?
I think I do feel that way. I do feel like it's better. I think whenever I go, I also transitioned to going to slot machines, which was an even quicker way of winning. You kind of go in and you put money into a machine, and you almost immediately either know you're gonna win or that maybe it's not your time. But those slot machines where I live currently are not legal, And I think that in some way I feel like I'll win more money, or my possibility of winning is higher because
Mhm.
it's not legal, because these things aren't, you know, as regulated. I feel like the possibility to make more money is higher. They don't take away any money in taxes. It's kind of all your cash that you walk out with. So there has been many ways that I've won, and many ways that these things have been exciting for me, but there's also been many ways that I've lost.
Mhm.
And those losses have been pretty significant and pretty big.
So you're talking about how those losses are pretty significant and pretty big. What was the moment that you allowed yourself to come to this to therapy today?
I mean, I think I never let it get to the place where I don't pay my bills, or I would rather, you know, gamble than eat or anything like that. It's not to that extent, but I have felt, I guess, the strain in my relationships with my family and with my partner. You know, it definitely can put some strain on your relationship, especially in the financial aspect, which I think is everyone's biggest argument in most relationships, right? Is money. I think just not necessarily just romantic relationships, but familiar, you know, co-workers, with anyone. It's always about money, right? That's where there's tension. So I think when you're taking money, especially if a second partner is going through financial hardship, and you're taking money that's readily available to you, and you're gambling that, you're doing that high risk behavior, which I acknowledge I have, in the hopes of making more money, you know, but that's not always the outcome. And I think when that's not the outcome, there's strain. When it is the outcome, and even when you do win, it still doesn't, you know, make up for the losses.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Miss Elise, can you let me know a couple of strengths that you have, some things that you're good at?
I think I'm a very task-oriented individual. I think I like to get things done. I like to make sure all my checklists are checked off before I even engage in my high-risk behaviors. You know, I want to make sure that I've purchased the necessary things, I've given the necessary payments. I think that's a strength of mine, is that I am very task-oriented and organized, and I think that's helped me not take it to the severe point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how about some weaknesses that you feel you have in your life?
I think when I feel that life's gonna be hard, or I'm gonna struggle, I do wanna do that high-risk behavior more often, and I do wanna come out winning, and I do wanna make more money, and I do wanna find ways to help the position that I'm in, even if that means risking things.
Okay. And how about some factors that give you a lot of stress in your life? What are some things that, you know, make you feel like a little overwhelmed?
I think at this time right now, just that my partner isn't working, and you know, it's very stressful, especially just the way life is right now. Things have definitely become more expensive, and you know, I am someone who gets happiness out of doing activities, doing things, going places, spending money. You know, whether that be just going to get coffee, or going to get food, or just having gas in my car to be able to go places. And I think it does stress me out when I'm not able to do things that make me happy, such as making memories and embarking on, you know, small little adventures that definitely cost money. And I think when money's tight, it does make me feel stressed. It does make me want to find solutions.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So, you know, I appreciate you opening up today, and we're definitely gonna, you know, try to do a safety plan for, you know, those moments that you do feel, you know, those overwhelming, you know, feelings. You know, I do want to have some follow-up appointments, if we can, you know, meet bi-weekly. If that works with you, we'll try to schedule something, and we'll definitely plan something that where, you know, you feel comfortable in meeting those goals that, you know, you know, want to outline. Do you have any questions right now?
I do not.
All right. I appreciate your time, Miss Solis. Thank you for coming in today, and we will schedule those follow-up appointments.
Thank you.
Thank you.